So we're here today to talk about weight loss in VR, right? This is a very important thing for a lot of people, specifically gamers. We tend to, more often than not, sit on our butts for a prolonged period of time. This, over the course of many years, or even decades in my case, has a negative consequence on one's personal, physical, just overall appearance and health. So virtual reality comes along, and specifically with the Vive, it has you moving around, it has you being active, and so obviously the question that comes to a lot of people's minds is, can this help me lose weight? And that was one of the major things that was on my mind whenever I got it. So for the past few months, I've been trying. And here I am talking about the results, what I've done, which, yes, I have lost weight. Whenever I got the Vive, I was 234 pounds. I weigh in this morning at 216. Not bad. We're going to talk about that, and before you dedicate some time watching this video thinking that virtual reality is like a magical pill that's just going to suddenly make you, skinny, that's not the case, right? There is work that has to go into this. There's more activity that has to be involved more than just playing video games, but I'm going to talk to you about what I've done to lose weight that really hasn't been all that bad. I've tried diets before, and I mean, obviously because I was overweight, those haven't been really successful, right? This has worked, and I don't feel like it's been all that significant of a change in my life. So here we go. Let's talk about weight loss in VR. And before we jump into the weight loss video, let me talk about, just for a quick second, where I've been over the past couple weeks. Because I know a few of you have been asked, and thank you so much for being concerned. It's been a couple weeks. It's been a really, really hard couple weeks. I finished up a month-and-a-half long design review for work. That was an absolute monstrous amount of stress. That's out of the way now. And then shortly after that, my wife, we thought that my wife had cancer, thanks to an x-ray coming back with a 9mm spot showing on one of her lungs. Yeah, everything's fine. A future scan showed that there was no spot to begin with, but, until we got that scan, we were kind of freaked out a little bit. So not exactly in a state to make VR content. After that, my truck broke down. That was cool. And then also a couple nights ago, my garage got broken into and several $100s worth of brand new power tools were stolen. Not a great couple weeks. I've had better, but it's okay. I mean, at the end of it all, it's all just paper, right? It doesn't really matter, but here I am again. We are back. I can't promise necessarily that these next couple weeks are gonna be my same schedule that I had before, but I'm gonna try to make some more frequent content. I still have some pretty busy things going on over the next couple weeks. But anyway, that aside, here we are talking about weight loss in VR. So first and foremost, let me talk about my diet, right? What I eat, because out of every single discussion that I've seen come up about weight loss in VR, half the comments are, oh yeah, VR won't, or this won't work for weight loss. You have to also have a diet. And yes, that is true. Okay, so if you cannot go into VR thinking that you're just going to be able to play video games and suddenly lose weight, right? There has to be something else on top of it. Now, I haven't actually tried doing VR as an exercise program, right? I actually expect that if I were to play Hollow Point for 45 minutes or an hour every day for, a month, I bet you I would lose weight, because that game, y'all have seen my videos, that is an absolute cardiovascular just assault on your entire body trying to play that game. So I expect that game would absolutely give you some pretty significant health benefits. But most of the things you're going to be doing, you're not going to be going into this as an exercise program. It's going to be, I want to play my games and I want to lose weight too. Right? So that's how I went into this. I didn't try going all crazy. I didn't try working my butt off for the sake of it, but I let it come naturally, and I found that I really, really enjoy those types of games. Hollow Point is one of my favorite games right now, and it's simple, yeah, but it is just so much fun. I love going in there, and I actually kind of enjoy the amount of sweat and just it feels good after it. It really, really does. After you get into it to where you can get past wave 5 or 6, it starts feeling really good. And the challenge, I love the challenge. But beyond that, my diet. So for the first couple months, whenever I had the Vive, I tried minimal changes. Okay, so first off, actually, I kicked this habit a long time ago. Sodas, right? And pretty much just anything with a concentrated amount of sugar. I've avoided that. Like just flat out, I stopped drinking Cokes. I avoid donuts usually. And that's it for the major changes that's across the board. Apart from that, just at work, more often than not, I would have a salad. I would have a really, really, really loaded salad. I mean, I'm talking, there's a garage, they call it the garage. There's a place next to where we work that sells a buffet thing where they have grilled steak on occasion with their salads. So I loaded my salads up, but they were still salads, mostly. But I tried to avoid the carbs at work. However, breakfast and dinner, I didn't really stick to any solid regimen. We just ate whatever it could, because that would have put extra effort on my wife. And I'm like, we'll just see how it is with just some very, very minor changes. So for me, VR plus less sugar and a salad at lunch was enough for me to lose weight. It really was. Okay, there's no fibbing here. There's nothing outside that. I played VR. I went to work. And I ate a little bit less than what I normally did. And that was enough. That really, really was. So just a minimal amount of effort can see some slow gains, right? I mean, I'm not talking I was losing a pound every day, but and I'll show the graph, because I've actually been tracking it. For you that have watched my Twitch streams, you know that we talk about it a lot. I keep track of my weight, and I have since I got it. And yeah, I mean, it showed some fairly steady gains. That's great. And then once I moved, I pretty much stopped all dietary, benefit at all, because there just wasn't enough time. And honestly, I never actually got back into that cycle after the move because I just forgot, and because I just no excuse, I just didn't do it. So I've been eating more things at work. Like for the past month, I've pretty much been on a burrito and hamburger diet. And that showed me stalling, right? I didn't gain weight, surprisingly. I expected that I was gonna shoot up like a rocket with how much junk I was eating, but I didn't. With VR and even eating the way I shouldn't, I was still maintaining my weight. And then things started happening around here. VR has pretty much got me standing for all of my gaming purposes, right? I haven't really played a sit-down game in quite a while. VR has really taken over my entire gaming scene. However, because of VR, I moved into this house, right? This entire room, you can watch the other video about that. This entire house has been absolutely because of VR. It is what spurred me to get my house out of there and to get this other place. And I know this won't cater to everybody. However, for me, that has opened up a lot of doors. For example, my garage. I actually have a garage now, and I've started getting into carpentry. And I have found an absolute love of just getting down there and working with that. So now, over the past, I would say 3 weeks or so, if I'm not playing VR, if I'm not at work, if I'm not sleeping, I'm down in my garage in the carpentry, which, I mean, I would say I probably spend more time in VR than I do in carpentry, because I stream on the weekdays and I'm too tired after that. But Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, I spend quite a bit of time in the garage working on carpentry projects for around the house and just having fun. And the most amazing thing has happened over the past couple weeks. And again, I haven't gone back to actually maintaining any diet. I am eating hamburgers and burritos more often than not. I'm not exaggerating. I have a grill now, so I'm cooking a lot of hamburgers out on the grill. I love it. It's so much fun. And then at work, there's a Chipotle, and I love Chipotle. Screw the Ebola. I don't care. I love Chipotle. And I'm losing weight, right? Okay, so this shouldn't be happening. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I don't know what's going on. However, all I can tell you is that for the past few weeks, I have been eating junk, and I have still been losing weight, because I'm assuming that, I guess I've reactivated my metabolism, right? Whenever I was 18, I could eat whatever I want. I could do whatever I want, and I was still a beanpole. But then something happened. I guess adulthood came along, and then I inflated. And then now suddenly I'm able to eat what I want and still lose weight because of VR, right? VR is not the only thing that has done this, but I can honestly say that if it were not for VR, I would still be 234 pounds plus. That is phenomenal. I cannot. It is mind-blowing to me, the fact that this video game has had such a life-changing effect on me, on my family, on everything. This is me just gushing right now. I'm not sure how much benefit this video is really going to have for anybody else, because I get it. Right? Most people won't be able to go out and get into carpentry and do some various yard work in order to have that activity level. But it does, like that aside, even before I got into that, I absolutely was losing weight with some minimal effort. Okay, just do it. All right. I mean, it is so worth it for anybody that's overweight like I was. It's worth doing, right? Put in that effort. I cannot tell you how much happier I am right now. Like going down there and drilling a hole in this belt, which whenever I got that belt, by the way, I was nearly at capacity. And it is so great to fit into a smaller size of what this belt even offered. And it's still happening. Like I don't have necessarily a goal right now for my weight. My goal is whenever I feel good, right? That's pretty much my goal. And pretty soon, I feel the need to probably get into like weightlifting or something else, because now that all of the blubber has gone away, it's pretty obvious that there's not a whole lot underneath, thanks to decades of gaming. So VR won't be helping with my muscles, maybe my abs, because my stomach hurts every now and again after like doing the crazy back bends and hollow point. But my point is that VR can help. VR can absolutely be the catalyst to get you into a better state. And if you take that time, if you actually put forth the effort to do it, it has amazing results, not just on your physical, physique, it's on your mental state as well. I feel so much better, even just those 20 pounds. And I'll throw a picture up here of my before and after. And by the way, the before picture, the one where I'm a bit blubberier, what's the word for this? I don't remember where I was going with that. Really, my mind just completely blanked out. I've been sitting here for the past 30 seconds trying to remember what I was going to talk about as far as the blubber thing until my mind just started freaking out on me. So, yeah, we're just going to move on. So here are the before and after. Before and after pictures. And this one was taken just a few weeks after I got the Vive. I didn't do it right away, but still, I mean, it's pretty close to my weight at the time. And you can see a difference. I'm still a disgusting mess, but whatever, I don't even care, right? I mean, it's better than I was before, and that's the main takeaway from this is don't go into this expecting to instantly lose weight, right? Go into this as a starting point of your future self, right? And just forget the weight, right? Forget anything else. Just go into it having fun and just keep yourself active, make some subtle changes, get rid of the Coke, get rid of the sugars, because that stuff is not, it's not worth it, really. And you can have some gains. So I didn't actually mean for this to be more of like an infomercial type spiel about how you can lose weight in VR, but like as I was talking through this, and it's just, like, this is what really impacts me. And so I'm hoping that maybe this can have an effect on somebody else's life the way it has on me, because it is totally worth it. And if you're already fit, if you're already the person that can go to weigh 50 or 60 or whatever the top is in hollow point, then awesome. You can sit there and laugh at us, chubby folks, but that's okay, right? Because we're making gains, we're making effort to go into that. And that's what it's all about. So this is awesome. Thanks for watching this. I really don't have too much else to say on the matter. Just have some fun in VR and let it come naturally, and don't stress about it, but make the subtle changes, just a little bit.